Hey guys, thanks for watching. This is going to be a review of a rifle I just purchased. Just real quick, this is my first YouTube video and gun review ever, so please bear with me. With that said, just to get into the review, last year I went deer hunting for the first time with a friend. I actually got a deer using my friend's rifle, and I enjoyed myself out there. So for this season, I wanted to get a rifle so I could go deer hunting again, and I didn't want to break the bank, and I only wanted to spend $300 to $400 on it. And that actually helped me in narrowing down my selection, and I was able to pretty much choose pretty quickly on which rifle I wanted to get. And plus I was in a budget. So I know there are better rifles out there that are made a little bit better than these particular rifles, but hey, you're on a budget, you're on a budget. But anyway, I went with the Remington 770. I know there's a lot of negative reviews about it, but I do some duck hunting, and both of my shotguns are Remington 870s, and I know that Remington makes some pretty good firearms, so I didn't want to overlook the 770 just because of some negative reviews. So let's get into the review. Before I handle it, I want to make sure that it's unloaded and that the safety's on. So we'll go ahead and get on started with that. The safety is in the downward position by the letter S, so the safety is on. I'm going to go ahead and take my magazine out. It's empty. I'm going to go ahead and check the chamber and the barrel, and I don't see a round in there, so this firearm is unloaded and is safe to handle. Alright, found a lot of negative reviews on the 770. Some of the negative reviews were on the trigger, the bolt action, the scope, and just the overall quality of the rifle. We'll go ahead and start with the trigger first. Some of the negative reviews on the trigger was that it wasn't smooth and that it fired differently every time. I did shoot this rifle right out of the box. I shot about 60 rounds through it at 150 yards. When I shot my trigger, the length of pull was the same every time, so I didn't have a hard time with my trigger. It was nice and smooth, and it fired every time. I didn't have any misfires or anything like that. So moving on up to the bolt action, the most negative reviews about this model were about the bolt action. When I was shooting mine, I didn't have a problem with it. I mean, this is my first rifle, so I'm not sure how much smoother that could be, but that seems pretty smooth to me. I didn't have any problems with it being rough or, you know, having a hard time operating the bolt action. My cartridges emptied or ejected well. I didn't have any jams or anything, so again, I didn't have any problems up to that point. With this particular model, the rifle comes with a scope. It's a Bushnell scope, and I know there are better scopes out there, and eventually I'll probably upgrade my scope, but for the rifle scope combo, I don't think it's a bad scope to be coming right out of the box. Like I said, I was shooting at 150 yards, and it was pretty clear, and everything seemed to work just fine on it. The negative reviews about the scope was that as people were trying to get their scope zeroed in and they would shoot, they couldn't get it zeroed in, or when they did get it zeroed in and they shot a couple shots after it, they would have to re-zero it in. But me, I didn't have any problems zeroing it in and then keeping it zeroed in. So once again, I just don't know. In fact, there is a YouTube video of the same exact model in the same exact caliber as mine. This is a 270, and the boy got his, took it right out of the box, went to the range, shot it, and by the second shot, the barrel had exploded. I didn't have that problem whatsoever. I didn't have any problems with this firearm. But anyway, I do have the target here with me. I'll actually go ahead and get up and show you how it's shot right out of the box. So let me go do that right now. I shot at a Dirty Bird splattering target. It's by Birchwood and Casey. And like I said, this was at 150 yards. The only negative review that I have for this gun is it's not very accurate right out of the box. And that was kind of a given. And I'll show you how accurate it was. These 4 shots right here were the first 4 shots out of the box. So you could see clearly not very accurate right out of the box. And once I got those first 4 out of the way, I slowly started to get my sight sighted in, and I eventually got it zeroed in. These 2 shots way over here are only here because I went the opposite way. I was trying to go left and I wound up going right, but I quickly readjusted and I got it zeroed back in. Shooting wise, the gun shot very well. It shot nice and flat, and the grouping is pretty nice. And like I said, once I got it zeroed in, my grouping's pretty good. So I think the target pretty much speaks for itself. There's nothing more to say other than right out of the box it's not very accurate, and but once you get it zeroed in, your grouping's pretty good. It shoots nice and flat. But let me go ahead and set this back down. We can go ahead and end this review. Overall, I'm pretty confident with what Remington has produced here. I could have gone for the 700, but you know, for my first rifle, I didn't want to spend a lot of money. But I do feel that for the money that I did spend on it, I'm getting my money's worth, and I think it's pretty good. Now, I'm not saying that the 770 was better than some of the competitors' rifles that I was looking at. I'm just saying I felt more comfortable with the Remington 770. And you know, ultimately it comes down to what you feel comfortable shooting with and handling. And you know, as long as you're happy with your decision, that's all that matters. But I hope this review was helpful. I hope that if you're in the same situation I was in, trying to get your first rifle, or you're just looking for an inexpensive rifle, that you won't overlook the 770 just because of a bunch of negative reviews. I have nothing but positive things to say, but you know, I'm not discrediting the other competition's rifles either. But thanks for watching this review. I know it's kind of long, and if you like, leave a comment, and I'll see you next time with my next review. Bye.